Happy Wednesday! I honestly can't believe how quickly these weeks come around, and I say that every week. But just when I thought it couldn't get any faster, it does. How is everyone doing today? Lovely to see all these familiar faces from previous weeks. And if you're new, say new in the chat. Let us know. It's lovely to always meet new people. It's always a good break in the middle of the week to be doing this show. And there we go. I love this. I love this enthusiasm. So today, the topic, just to kick things off with what we're going to be talking about, as you can probably tell from the title, but I thought it was best to throw it out there for you to have a good think about it before I go through a bit of housekeeping, and then we can get on with the discussion. But I thought, what would be a good topic? We've dealt with mental health, climate change, a lot of serious but important topics, and I thought, but we need to have some more light-hearted pieces as well. And I thought the bucket list is always a really good conversation starter. The idea of having this list of things you should do before you die. And so it'd be really great for you all to have a think about, what is on your bucket list. Perhaps you've not even really thought about it tangibly before. But have a think about, if the sky's the limit and you could do anything, what would it be? And then also, as a follow-up question, what was the last thing on your bucket list that you crossed off? And I've still been trying to have a think about what that is exactly for me. And I'm sure I will come to some conclusion eventually. And technically, I'm new, but I'm not. Well, I appreciate you being here. Really, really appreciate it, Ostinator. So, for housekeeping, this is a show that is done this time every Wednesday. The way it works is I come up with particular topics that we discuss, but there's also a conversational Q&A that I'm happy to do. And it's also an opportunity just to give an update on projects that I'm working on behind the scenes. Things are coming to fruition. It's a slow process, but I find by doing this weekly show, it gives me a good spine, a good heartbeat once a week as I get everything else together. So it's been really, really, really good. Hey LC2552, good to see you here. As a young person, I don't have a bucket list yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something before the end of the stream. Well, this is it. This is a great way to come up with ideas. And there's a lot of websites with great ideas, and we'll be having a look at some of those as well. But yeah, this is a really good thing to have in the middle of the week. My podcast shows will be going live on Fridays when they happen. I haven't got any planned for the next week or two, but then I've got a lot coming in. I've got like 3 guests in 1 week in August. One that I mentioned last week, I always check to make sure I'm allowed to mention him, but it's Owen Eastwood, who wrote a book called Belonging, The Ancient Code of Togetherness. And he basically talks about this word for kapapa, which I've probably totally mispronounced, is a Maori idea which embodies our universal need to belong. It represents a powerful spiritual belief that each of us is part of an unbroken and unbreakable chain of people who share a sacred identity and culture. Owen Eastwood places this concept at the core of his methods to maximise a team's performance. In this book, he reveals for the first time the ethos that has made him one of the most in-demand performance coaches in the world. In Belonging, Owen weaves together insights from Homo sapiens' evolutionary story and ancestral wisdom. He shines a light on where these powerful ideas are applied around our world in high-performing settings encompassing sport, business, the arts, and military. Aspects of Owen's unique approach include finding your identity story, defining a shared purpose, visioning future success, sharing ownership with others, understanding the silent dance that plays out in groups, setting the conditions to unleash talent, and converting our diversity into a competitive advantage. And so he actually trained with Gareth Southgate, the England soccer, as my American friends would say, football team for the Euros. And I believe he is working with the team for the World Cup as well. But obviously for the Quest for Global Empathy, it's such a great topic to kick things off with. And as always, for anyone that wants to join the live show, it's going to be live stream, but for patrons only. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, although that is about to change in the next week or two. and then it's then edited and uploaded to this YouTube channel. And then there are clips that are done to the Quest for Global Empathy YouTube channel. Something that I need to get on with Anna's episode about virtual reality, but I've just been obviously quite unwell and juggling a lot at the moment. But it's getting really exciting, and I've got a lot of other great guests that are coming up. So, podcast, really, really exciting. This weekly live show, absolutely loving it. I love having these conversations with you week on week. And then the other thing was I had someone get in contact with me, and I really can't go into detail, but it's someone that is a fan of my mental health and well-being content and likes the way that I present myself as a presenter. So they are offering a potential opportunity to represent me. And so I'm in conversations with them at the moment. But the reason I bring it up is a great exercise it got me to do was I have created a document, and I have gone through every press event I've been involved in, any TV appearance, radio appearance, book I've been in, all of these things. And I've done a chronological order. And it's been quite wonderful to do because I have all these sort of press things, but to have it as a coherent story and also to see the timeline of how things have changed, really, really interesting, especially because it goes back to 2006 when I started doing my YouTube things. So that's been really, really exciting. So, I talked about the feeling of belonging in that book, but it's really helped me, that exercise, with my own sense of belonging and identity and sort of knowing the direction I want to go. And so although we're on a sort of a slow start with this channel, kick-starting it again, it's a steady start. And that's the most important thing, is if I can just gradually do this week on week, I'm really excited for all the things that we will do. Last bit of housekeeping. You can see some links below me, just here. The one that is the main one that is worth checking out is Instagram, Myles Dyer Official on Instagram. Follow me there if you don't already. I post on my stories a lot, and I'm, posting. I do like blog posts on there. A lot of my photos come with massive essays where I'm trying to cram in as much as I can into that 2,200 character limit. But, I sort of use Facebook, but that's more of an echo to Instagram. And then Twitter, I try and stay away from it. There was actually a tweet I saw the other day that I think it was from yesterday that I retweeted from Ethan Klein, who does the H3 podcast. And what did he say? He said, you can be on Twitter or you can be happy. You can't be both. And I really, really like that. Right. Going to your comments now. Let's have a look here. How am I doing after my injections? I'm doing good. My first one, I didn't feel anything. Second one, I had flu symptoms for 24 hours and then had a bit of brain fog and felt low for a week or two after that. I've had other issues since then, but I don't think they're related. But I've been told if you feel an impact for your first one, it could be a sign that you've already had COVID, because your body's like, oh, I know what this is. Get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. And that's why you can, really have these kickbacks. My bucket list is to get my script completed and have it filmed. Well, what kind of script is it? That's amazing. I mean, anyone that writes a book, I've always wanted to write a book, but it's such a mammoth task, and I don't think I have the discipline for doing it. So yeah, there's definitely that. So anyway, going on to today's topics, and anything, as you can see, you post in the comments, I can bring up on screen, so this will be very conversational. But also, if you're watching, do click that like button, whether you're on your phone or on the internet page, browser page. There are 12 of you currently watching, 12 of you lovely, lovely people. And if you're not, chatting in the comments, that's totally cool. It's good just to sit back. Maybe you got a nice cup of tea like I do. I have lemon and green tea in this YouTube mug that's super old. So good. And you're saying drama. It's a dark family matter. Okay. I'm really curious to know what the title is. Callie says, out of all social, I think Twitter is the most unfiltered. Instagram, fake, happy posts all the time. Facebook, same. I'm sure I'll get slack for that. No, I'm with you. I mean, Instagram... The thing about Instagram is I find it's a much more level playing field. Facebook, you can be bombarded with news stories. It's just really poorly designed UI for a company that's worth that much. It's absolutely abysmal. And it's a lot of noise because you're connected with friends and family, so you're likely to just be bombarded with stuff that, you know, you have to be connected with your family, but you might not want to be connected with them as content creators per se. Whereas on Instagram, I saw a post a couple of years ago saying on Instagram, stop following like celebrities and that, only follow like artists and people that create stuff that brings you joy, and just see how your mood changes, which I thought was really interesting. So yeah. Oh, Puppeteer is the name. Awesome. Well, good going with that. I wish you all the luck with it. So, bucket list. Does anyone here know why it's called a bucket list? Because I was talking to my dad about it while we were on a walk yesterday. And he didn't know and I didn't know. And then I thought, is bucket list... I'm going to look it up now. I should have looked it up before the show. But my guess was it's called bucket list because when you die, don't they say, you know, kick in the bucket? Why is bucket list called bucket list? Yeah, it is. Yep. From kick the bucket, hence a list of things to do before you die. This term was coined by American and British screenwriter Justin Zackham in his screenplay for the 2007 film The Bucket List. That is not true. Bucket List has been... We've known about Bucket List before 2007. You can't claim that. Is anyone going to push back on that? Oh my god, it's just got a picture of a guy being hung. The link between buckets and death was made by at least 1785 when the phrase was defined. One theory as to why was the evidence support it is that the phrase originates from the notion that people hang themselves by standing on a bucket with a noose around their neck, then kick the bucket away. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I love that whoever made that movie was trying to lobby and say, no, say I came up with it in 2007. What next? Someone's going to do a movie about cheese and say, yeah, the phrase cheese was originated in 2021. Yeah. LC, completely agree. I feel on social media, especially Instagram, if you look for positivity, you can very easily find it. And if you're looking for negativity, you can also very easily find it. Absolutely true. I mean, it's about being wary about how... I mean, Elon Musk talks about how we're cyborgs already. It's just that the technology isn't embedded in our head, but we're still constantly tied to it. We're constantly tied to our phones, and there's all this information out there. There's so much information on the internet. There's not enough time in your lifetime to consume it all. So it's a really nice way of appreciating. It's all about where you focus your attention. Where do you decide to invest your time? So, it is a dark meaning. I think the kick the bucket thing is true because I did remember that was something that people would do. You'd kick a bucket, and kicking the bucket was when people died. Has anyone got suggestions on what's on their bucket list? As you can probably tell from the thumbnail, for me, it was to go in a cage with sharks. Now, I changed it to swimming with sharks because I didn't realise, but swimming in cages with sharks has actually been removed or banned in some places. Check this out. See, this is the image from the bucket list thing. So, swim, cage, sharks. Let me have a look. So this was in 2018. New Zealand has ruled the practice. New Zealand has ruled the practice illegal after mounting public pressure, but it can be a valuable and effective conservative tool. But what was really interesting about the cage diving was that a study published in the journal Marine Policy in February investigated the attitudes and environmental behaviour of wildlife tourists following a white shark cage diving experience in South Australia. So the first part was... Oh, sorry, it was the other study that was published that year pointed out the new challenges. So I really find this... there's the fact that, luring sharks towards cages with, like, bait, and if they collide with the cage, it's unacceptable. But also... there was like evidence that it changed the behavior of sharks. And then obviously there's public safety and things like that. But don't the cage make the sharks go mad? Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'll never forget. Is it Mark Rober, who does all the glitter challenges? He went in a shark cage. He tested fish blood versus shark blood, and so I'm just having to move this preview screen over here. Cool. So yeah, let's go all the way. Yeah, look, check this out. So he goes into this cage. They close it over him. And then they get the blood going. And he's got like somewhere to put his hands in. Look at that. Yeah, that's not fun. So they had to send people down there to... Look, he's even got a little place to put his legs. He's like trying to kick him away. I mean, the sharks are just like, they've never had a visitor like this before. So they're probably like, oh, what's going on here? Yeah, it's like, that's not my idea of a good time. So, yeah, sharks won't attack you unless you antagonize them or you're bleeding. I mean, there was someone I used to chat with who, on Instagram, she's massive now. Ocean, she's based in Hawaii. So, GoPro... Ocean Ramsey, her name is. Do you ever remember this video from like 8 years ago? Check this out. Proper great white. And what I love is there's like taking flash photography of the great white. And look at that. She just casually. And she does so many great videos about how sharks are misunderstood. But I don't care how misunderstood they are. That is... look at the flashing lights. Like straight away you think of the horror movies of like it's going to have a flashback. But... yeah, she just hangs on to it. Goes right into the distance. Absolutely beautiful. Diving with hammerheads in the Red Sea without a cage is good fun. You've done that, Loopy. That sounds absolutely crazy. So yeah, so top of my list, right, is swimming with sharks in some way. But it's one of the things on my list that I'm not eager to do. Like, it's an example of something I would like to do just so I can say I've done it. You know what I mean? It's like skydiving. I would love to skydive, but only so I could say I've done it. I've done skydiving. I don't have to do it again. I mean, it's amazing to think that 100 years ago, humans... Well, actually, when was flight invented? The first flight was in 1903. So isn't it crazy, the idea that 120 years ago, humans would never have gone higher than a really tall building, and now people are throwing themselves out of a plane tens of thousands of feet high. I want to go skydiving. I'm terrified of heights, but I want to go skydiving to hopefully get over that fear. To be honest, though, I don't think it would get you over the fear of heights. And you know why? Because it's all about perspective. So I'll give you an example. You might not all agree with me on this, but when it comes to public speaking, you would probably find it easier speaking to a room of like 100, 200 people than speaking to a room of 6. Because once you speak to hundreds of people, it's more abstract. You're not talking to one individual person. When you're speaking to a smaller group of people, you're aware of everyone looking at you and their facial cues. You know, I always think about bands that play in front of a crowd of 1,000 people. What difference is it between 1,000 and then 5,000 and then 10,000? And there might be differences, but then the difference between 10 and 20,000, 20,000 and 30, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000. Like, there comes a point where your body probably can't process it. And I'm pretty sure that's the same with heights. Being on a tall building, wouldn't like it. But I think when you're that high, like in a plane and you're looking down, your brain can't even process it. I mean, thinking about it now, it's absolutely ridiculous when you think about when you're in a plane, how heavy that is, and yet you're just in the sky flying across an ocean that if you crashed into, there's no way anyone's going to find you. But that would be 2 bucket lists: skydive into the ocean and then swim with sharks. Great. I'd rather go hang gliding than skydiving. Oh man, hang gliding. Hang gliding. I'm having a look here. Hang gliding is just like, oh man. That is just serious stuff. Yeah, nah, you're right. Although, I'll show you what I did ages ago, which will never compare to hang gliding. Oh, man. If I put high up, no, Myles Dyer, San Francisco. Here it is. Look at this here, right? This 14 years ago. Check this out. I remember when I went on this, and as soon as I got on it, I thought, what have I got myself into? Because as it goes higher, the incline gets steeper. So it's like, and this was serious, man. Yeah, this was pretty remarkable. And then, oh yeah, do you know what else? Once you get to the top, they don't release you. You have to pull. You have to tear a cord. So they'll count down. They'll go 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I'll pull the cord. Oh, that was so nerve-wracking. And then that's it. It was... Yeah, that was something. It was good fun, but that was really, really, really quite something. You can do it with multiple people as well. But I remember as I was going up, I was like, I kind of regret this. But then I'm like, I'm not going to get out of it now. Hang gliding. See, I called it hand gliding a minute ago, but it's hang gliding. I've always wanted to produce music for a game, especially a VR game, but I don't know whether that's more of a goal or bucket list. Dude, if it's an ambitious goal, it can be a bucket list because you're only on this planet once. What do you want to experience? It's like, yeah, I'd love to create some music that's used in a game. That's amazing. I actually think probably the last bucket list thing I had was I got put into a VR game. That was ridiculous. I did a few of these things in New Zealand. That's cool. You remember that video? I know. That is 14th of July, 2007. Ugh. Where does time go? Right. So I've got this website here with bucket list ideas, and I really want to gauge the room of what you think about this. Oh, what's this? As a person who's terrified of heights, though, I love the fair ride called the Freakout. Well, I'm going to be looking at that out now. Oh, no, you just reminded me of something that's in Seattle. Unless this is it. Is this... Oh, no, this is similar. So, this is the Freakout. It's in Northern Ireland. Is this it? I never liked the pirate ship ones that go all the way over, and it's when you're just going over and not quite. It's... Yeah, the one I'm thinking about is Insanity Ride at the Stratosphere. Oh, it's in Las Vegas, but it's of what looks like the Seattle Space Needle. Have you seen this? This looks so surreal, man. I was going to go on it on my last day in Las Vegas, but it was shut due to windy conditions, and I was like, I have respect for that. Look at this. You go right off the edge. Yeah, look at that. No, thank you. Because you know what I hate about it? Is it's not the overhead straps. I would want overhead straps that come down and then you buckle it at the bottom. That, it just goes over your lap. No, thank you. I'm literally feeling it in my feet now. I love some guys filming it, but there's no nah. Yeah, hard no. You don't like roller coasters and amusement parks, but you don't mind heights. What about this? Would you do this? Going to a Five Guys is on your bucket list. Well, I hope you're not disappointed. But there's, oh man, look at that. It's just, nah. But they also have, they have other rides on it, don't they? They have the, this shows you all 4 rides. So you can do the whole jumping over the edge. So you can just like bungee jump. You've got that one, which again, that's the one that goes over the edge. No, thank you. You've got this one. Now, I heard that this ride once broke down while they were over the edge like that, and they had to sit there for 2 hours. Oh, man. It's like, nah. Yeah, look, it goes... Nah. And then what's the other we got? I mean, at night, it is impressive. Jumping off at night is pretty amazing. Yeah, it is pretty remarkable. Sod that. But when we were talking about heights, there's a video that I'd always recommend. Climbing tallest radio tower. It's a really old video. This is it from 7 years ago. I swear it's older than that, unless it was a re-upload. But this guy, I mean, what I love at the beginning, it shows you how high it is. Because look at this. So it goes that you take an elevator high up. Oh, this is the sorry, these are the different buildings. That's not even it. So look at this, yeah? Empire State Building. Sears Tower. And then look, this is the tower he's going up. So it's even 1,768 feet. So what you do is you take an elevator most of the way, and then he climbs up a ladder, and then you get to this part. Look how high up it is. I can't remember how high up you go to begin with, but this is just to do a tower repair. Look at this. And then he has, if you look carefully, he has his on the rope. That's his tool bag. So his tool bag's hanging below him. Look at this. I mean, it's a 7-minute video, so I'm not gonna. And then sometimes when he wants a break, he'll use the carabiner to put it there. Oh yeah, sorry. I mean, so eventually, sorry, I'm skipping around. So he gets to the top of this bit here. Yeah, man, my palms get sweaty when watching this video, and I've watched it so many times, and the quality's not even that great. It's just and what I love is it looks like he's near the top, and he isn't, and it gets thinner and thinner. It's like some hardcore computer game. Honestly, this is always a good question for something like this. How much would you have to get paid to do this? Because oh man, look, I can't, like, I'm literally getting sweaty. I rarely get sweaty palms, but I'm getting it from this bit now. It is something else. So I'm just moving into position. All the money in the world. Yeah, look, there you go. He's putting his... And he's got his mate following him. I don't know how much I would get paid to do it, but you know what? I would demand a parachute. Oh my God, I can't even think about that. There's no way I'd climb down that. But look, this is like halfway of it. And then look at here. He gets to this bit and look. You're like, oh, he's near the top. Nah. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look, he's got to yank himself onto that. Oh, dude. It reminds me of that VR climbing you do on Rec Room, yeah. No, I don't think they get an emergency... I don't know. I feel like they should get an emergency parachute, but I assume they don't. It looks like a whole satellite view on Google Maps, yeah. Yeah. No fear. Oh my God, I hate that video. Look at this is just... Look how thin it is now. He's climbing So this is what I'm saying. Like skydiving, you wouldn't have that fear because you'd be like, well, we've got a parachute. This is kind of how it's done. But, well, yeah, it must be sky high. I mean, I'd be curious to know what, I'd rather do this with safety equipment than those fools on the top of buildings jumping around for the gram and shock value. Oh, well, to be honest, there's a lot of great videos of that. But look at this. He's still going. And look, he looks back at his mate. Look, this is right near the top. He's like, yeah, let's have a look. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we're always... why go up there with two... Oh, man, I'd go, no, you know what? You're all right. You go. Look at that. And he's got his tool bag just... Do you know what? I'm just going to pause it there. Just when we got a clear shot. It is something else. And look, I feel like I joke about it. It's like he's just gone up there to change the light bulb. Look at this. I think he does. Look, he does stand on it. It is just the ear popping, yeah. And the wind, yeah, the wind. That is... I don't know how much you'd get paid to do a job like that, but you'd have to pay me serious. Would you do it for $1 million? Honestly, let's have a chat about this. Who would do this for $1 million? You climb up there and touch the top, you get $1 million. And we'll have someone go up there with you who will guide you. Would you do it? I don't know if I could do it. No. Not I. Oh, man. Oh, you would. You would do it 100%. Okay, huge respect. I'd like to think you'd do anything. So you would go up that for $1 million. I can't even climb a ladder. Put that on your bucket list. Climb a ladder. Yeah, unfortunately, that is not something that could be thrown in. I might for a couple of trillion. Yeah, okay, I would. If I could jump off at the end, if I could parachute off at the end, yes. Yeah. No, if this is it. If the call was right now, we're going to pick you up and take you there now. You got to do it right now for $1 million. Nah. Anyway, that is not on my bucket list. I have here, so this website, this has got some interesting ones on here. So I like this one. Go to an airport, pick a random flight and go on it. So you just pick a place from the board and just go. Just somewhere random. Like an aimless journey. I do like the idea of doing that. Try wing walking. Ugh, nah. I'm trying to imagine being up for it. I couldn't do wing walking. My anxiety cannot handle that. Which bit? Run with the balls in? No, definitely not. I hate this shit. Absolute gross. Can I downrate it? Wait, you've done wing walking, Chris. You got to tweet me an image if so. You must have got a photo. You're not going to do that and not get a photo. Yeah. See Heaven's Gate Mountain. It looks like something from Uncharted. The longest cable car ride in the world in China's Tianmen-shan, covering an incredible distance of 7,455 meters. It runs from the Zhangjiajie, to which I probably mispronounced, to the famous Heaven's Gate Mountain, through the towering cliffs and subtropical forest. You want something to hold on to tight as you traverse the steepest section, climbing at an angle of 38 degrees up sheer peaks. Heaven's Gate Mountain. Let's have a look. Eat a meal cooked by me might be a good idea for it to be last on the list. I pet a baby tiger, but I want to pet an adult tiger. Well, I like that you're building up to it. Oh, this is the cable car. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. That's cool. That's good. Quit my job and start something of my own. I definitely think that's a good bucket list thing. I've kind of done that. I've gone freelance. I think it's something everyone should experience once in their life. That'd be great. There you go. Swim with sharks is on there. This is a list of like crazy ideas that you need to try at least once. Enter the cage of death. Oh, where is this? The aquarium is home to approximately 200 crocodiles, but the cage of death plays the leading role. For 15 minutes, you'll dive in an enclosure surrounded by terrifying reptiles, but first the cage hangs above the crocs, so you get to experience of being lowered into the deadly thing. So, cage of death. Oh my god, I love crocodile accident is there. Oh my god. My son and daughter made a pact as preschoolers to see the Great Wall of China together. That's awesome. That'd be amazing to do. There's a wonderful YouTube channel called Discover Connection. It's all about how strong human bond can be in between strangers. I'd love to do lots of stuff on that channel. Okay, I'm going to check that out. Discover Connection. Might be a good podcast topic. Can we get a few of you to click that like button, by the way? I just saw that we're at 12. Really been next to a lion that was asleep. So let's have a look here. Brave Wilderness isn't the one where he gets stuff to bite him. Okay, look at that. That is pretty... yeah, nah. So that's how you get lowered in. Yeah, I'm good with that. Melbourne or Brisbane, I can't remember which. That is in Darwin, Australia. So, I don't know where Darwin, Australia is. Ride a volcano. Race down an active volcano outside Leon, Nicaragua. You can try volcano boarding. Okay, let's have a look at this. I have never heard of volcano boarding, but this looks amazing. Things to do before you die. Volcano boarding. Has anyone heard of this? This is new to me. Volcano boarding is one of those things that when people say, oh, what's on your bucket list? That's kind of a good conversation starter. Volcano boarding. All right, let's cut to the chase. Oh my goodness. I'd like to visit a volcano as well. God, the dust, man. I have to say that looks really underwhelming. Like, can't you just do that on snow? Wouldn't it be better on snow? I mean, that's cool. At that speed. All right. Volcano boarding is going on the list. Okay. What else we got? Give a free hug to a stranger on the street. Free hugs? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Say yes to everything for a day. Not sure about that. Eat something foreign that looks disgusting. Crispy tarantulas, jellied moose nose, white ant egg soup, Tuna eyeballs. Ugh. Pecorino cheese with hatching maggots inside. Yeah. Nah. Okay. Yeah, I would try crickets. Crickets I'd try. Let's have a look. What other ideas we got? The top 5. Okay, here are the top 5. Swim with dolphins. Okay. Swim with dolphins definitely is up there. Go on a cruise. I've actually gone on a cruise. Going on a cruise was really good. Get a tattoo. I think getting a tattoo is an interesting one. You still do free hugs at Comic-Con. That's cool. Yeah, I know. It was so early thousands, right? Barbecue turkey gizzards. Yes. I mean, the Northern Lights would be great. Hey, Marty. Good to see you here, dude. What are the next 5? Get married. Finding love is definitely a bucket list thing, I think. Go scuba diving. I would love to do scuba diving, but it just terrifies me. I think it's when you go so deep that you have to like pop your ears because of the pressure, stuff like that I don't like. Run a marathon. I think run a marathon is a good one. I've done a half marathon and it was hard work, really hard work. Buy a house. Go zip lining. Zip lining would be good. Yeah, definitely Northern Lights. Yeah, I spent 3 years with a tattoo design, and I thought and because I was still not sure on it, I thought that's a reason not to get it. But it's not to say I'm against it. Visit the Grand Canyon. I haven't done that. Go skydiving. See the pyramids in Egypt. I think it's a good one. Write a book. There we go. We mentioned that earlier. Writing a book is a really good one to do. Ride an elephant. I don't like that. Because the elephants, I just worry that they're not treated well. Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I'd like the idea of riding an elephant, but no. Donate blood. Donate blood. I've done only once, and that's not good enough. I need to do it more. Oh, wow. God, you've been a real traveller. Zip lines are fun. I'd rather do a zip line than a skydive. Yeah. I had the opportunity to zip lining, but it combined my 2 fears, heights, and it was over a lake, so water, yeah. Oh. My sister got a smiley face tattoo on her big toe, she said, because she wanted a friend to show to people. No, that's amazing. No, it's good to hear, man. Hungry vampire, yeah. That's cool, Adrian. A marathon and writing a book are up there. That's good. Elephants have the exact same dopamine reaction when they see us as when we see a dog. That's really interesting. I'd settle for the death slide at the park. Oh, man. Go white water rafting. I've done white water rafting in Turkey. Yeah, it was in Antalya. Visit every continent. Learn to surf. Or ride a gondola in Venice. That would be nice. Parasailing. I've done parasailing. I have never been to Paris. I've been to Disneyland Paris. But, yeah. Yeah, I've been to Disneyland Paris, but I've not been... Oh, do you know what? There's a really funny one here about send a message in a bottle. And I have... Wait. I've got to find this video. Thing is, it won't play. Oh, I really want to find this video. I don't think it's on YouTube anymore. If I mention Sesh Gremlins, would it mean anything? Here we go. It's on Facebook. Cool. download Facebook video. I'm gonna play this video. Download in high quality.
Okay, Robbie, what you got there?
Here we go.
So,
This is so good.
we found a Heineken.
Right, I've got it. I've just downloaded it. Okay, right, let's see how I get this to work. I think this is in the virtual reality video, so 1 second, it might glitch and play the video of me in virtual reality. Hey everyone, hope all is well. I am currently on a lunch break in Boxed In, a great VR puzzle game where you have blocks moving towards you and you have to make matches to erase them and try and get a high score.
Okay, Robbie, what you got there?
So, we've got we found a Heineken bottle on Hailing Beach, and it's got a note in. It's got a note. You got that?
Cool.
Yeah, you got that. And so we just want to find out what's inside. So,
Put it on the floor.
yeah, just like
Hold the neck and give it a tap. Just a wet little one. Keep on.
there we go.
Good. Now then, what you got?
This is a very wet bottle. Very wet bit of paper, sorry. Right, so it says.
Hold up to the camera. Hang on. It says Dan.
Wait, I'll read it.
Just turn it around so the camera can see it, Robbie. Dan and Dan was here, 1st to the 10th, 2016, 12:19 p.m. Out our nuts on cocaine. Massive love for the sesh. Lots of love, sesh gremlins, aka.
Oh, beautiful.
So no pirates then.
No,
Just druggies.
No treasure map.
Anyway, good one.
Oh.
Signing off.
I love it. They were so off. Much love the sesh gremlins. It's so good. I'm so glad I looked that one up. Take care, dude. Have a good evening with the family. Oh, I love all these reactions. Yeah, he is adorable. He is adorable. Right, let's go back to this screenshot. I realise we've only got 10 minutes left of the show. Send a message in a bottle. Fly a hot air balloon. Do you know what? I always wanted to do a hot air balloon, but I just had this existential crisis the other day where I just feel very fragile. And I looked at a hot air balloon in the sky and I can't think of anything worse. The idea of being up there and not being able to get down. Nah, don't like it. I don't like it. I want to look up how safe hot air balloons are. How safe are hot air balloons? Oh, I love that. I love that. How safe are hot air balloons? And they've just used a photo of lightning striking. Great. Aviophobia, or the fear of flying, is the most common phobias amongst adults in the United States. In the aviation world, hot air balloons are incredibly safe form of flight, and they have become increasingly safe over time. Accidents are uncommon, and fatalities are even rarer. Between 2000 and June 2016, only 21 hot air balloon fatalities were reported in the United States. Although it seems improbable at times, you're actually pretty safe standing in a wicket basket attached to a massive balloon. So if flying makes you queasy, hot air ballooning may be a good place to start. The advancements in balloon technology over the last century, from propane tanks to Ripston nylon, there have been many technical advances related to ballooning. Propane tanks and propane burners provide a safe and reliable way to warm the air inside the envelope. These inventions also make it easier to store and transport fuel. The nylon are much more durable, much of a step up from the sackcloth and fish netting early balloons used for envelopes. Safer laws, yeah. All right. Was it the 1st to the 10th or the January? Yeah, that's a good question regarding that bottle. Oh, do you want me to tell you a story about a helicopter? Oh, look, here you go. How do they compare? Let's do helicopters. Helicopters are much more dangerous than hot air balloons or aeroplanes. On average, helicopters tend to crash 35% more often than airplanes. Some of these numbers are skewed because many helicopters crashes take place during standard military operations because they're performing dangerous maneuvers. My professional advice for those afraid of flight is to avoid helicopters at all if possible. Fair enough. I love that. My dad, for his 40th birthday, so about 20 years ago, he got helicopter lessons. And when he was up there, because obviously you have a gear stick, a stick for, both people sat there. And my dad asked the pilot who was taking him up there, he says, what happens if the engine cuts off? And the pilot went, well, let's find out. And he turned the engine off. And then the propellers slowed down and then the helicopter started falling. And yeah, I can't even imagine what my dad was thinking other than WTF. And it got to a point where it fell so fast that before it even hits terminal velocity, it starts gliding on the blades. So the helicopter can actually glide to the ground on the blades, which I never knew. My dad's been in a helicopter. He doesn't remember it because he was unconscious. Oh, I hope he was all right. And now I'm thinking of helicopters. That daft helicopter chase scene from Terminator Genesis would have probably been funny if it was a hot air balloon chase instead. God, oh yeah, definitely. Put the balloon down now. Oh, we're doing so good. Visit New York City. I've done that. Go to Australia, but I've not been to Sydney. Have children. Fly first class. Now, I've done that, but it was because they'd run out of seats. There'd been a double booking, and it was when I was very little. And so it was me and my brother, my baby brother, and my mum and dad. So obviously my mum and dad both couldn't go to first class. It had to be one of them and one of us, and so one could look after the kids each way. So I went to first class, and I remember having some amazing bowl of cereal, and then I fell asleep because I don't normally fall asleep on flights, but it was so comfy, and I woke up and we were at our destination. So as an adult, I feel I didn't really make the most of the first class, but as a kid, it was great. Hey Janet, your videos always show up just in time to take me out of my head when I need that. Been watching since the Bernie days. Thank you. Well, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate that. That was actually a really good impression. I do Arnie stuff way too often, and it annoys people. I do it a lot when I'm gaming. Great. Okay, guys, I'm just going to quickly whiz through some of these. Go to Disney World, fall in love, see the Great Wall of China. One of you had mentioned that already. Go skinny dipping, sleep under the stars, go on a safari in Africa, visit Hawaii. I'd love that. Bungee jump. It's always a question, would you rather bungee jump or skydive? I think I would rather skydive. Which I think goes back to what I was saying about height. When you get so high, mentally it's easier to comprehend than, if you're bungee jumping. Oh no. Well, I think Callie's gone, but I don't know why not to mention that, but I'm not going to say anything. Visit all 50 states. That's a good one. Go to the airport and take the next random flight. Yeah, we've mentioned that. Learn sign language. That's a really cool one. I actually learned some sign language for one of my band's upcoming music videos because it's about voices, and I thought it was important to be about the idea of having a voice as opposed to actually voicing something. And so there's a line where I do some sign language, and it was cool. Go zorbing. Oh, I saw a horrible video about that. It was when you can go zorbing in a ski mountain, and basically, I think it was in Russia, and it's like down this like half pipe, this mini half pipe, and the zorb literally goes over the edge, and it rolls, and then it goes over off the side of the mountain, basically. Ugh. They were like chasing after it, trying to stop it, and they couldn't. Yeah, so zorbing does look fun, but in a controlled environment. Go to Greece. Yeah. Finding American Sign Language. Yeah. It is amazing to watch people do it. I'm a part of the Apple Fitness Plus app, and they all do like Let's Go, and they do lots of great stuff like that. I looked up when I last went to Universal Studios, because it was when the new park had just opened, Islands of Adventure, and I then looked it up. That was in 1999. Makes me feel so old. Las Vegas, experience zero gravity, learn to play the guitar, travel the world, go bungee jumping, visit Italy, go whale watching, visit Ireland. I've still not been to Ireland, and I've always said it's one of those things that, because it's so near, I could always, I could always go anytime, and so I haven't. And ride a camel. ASL, yeah, age, sex, location. God, those were the days, right? Oh, man. Cool. Guys, we are wrapping this up. God, this hour has absolutely flown by. But we've actually covered a lot. And I do like the conversation, and I like that when we come up with things. I should always think about videos to play during the show as well that I can load up on the screen. But if you have any final questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Oh, that's awesome. So you have no excuse. But yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone for tuning in. I always enjoy doing this show. I still haven't made an outro though, but that's something I can work on. Ireland's a lovely place. Been there a few times. I even poured a Guinness there in Dublin. Do you know, I don't think I like Guinness, but I've always heard you've got to try it out there because it is so different. But yeah, it's definitely somewhere I want to go. Look, guys, what I would say is I'm probably going to put a question on my Instagram in the next few days asking for live show topics of what to do on future episodes. I did put the schedule for this morning up, and I did say last week I was going to put it a few days earlier. So I will try and do it on Friday. I think that makes sense. But yeah, I always enjoy doing these. They're all just a bit of casual fun. Like, yeah, we do have a topic, but it's just having, a good chat together and exploring ideas. Sometimes they'll be serious, sometimes they'll be ridiculous, but most of the time they'll be a bit of both, because that's the kind of person I am, and that's how it is, really interesting to be. Always love your streams and vids, Myles. Thank you so much for all your content so far. Keep it up and stay safe. Looking forward to more of your band's music. Honestly, I can't wait for you to hear the stuff that we've got. It's huge. It's out. Oh man, I'm so proud of our music. But I mean, I could show you just before I go one clip from inside the recording studio. I'll show you one little clip. Yeah, you want to see this? Annoyingly, it means I'm gonna have to. What? Why is it not? Oh, it's because I've got a separate folder for Schemata Theory. Behind the scenes, Guinness flavoured crisps. Yeah, okay, right. I've got a couple of videos I can play here. So can I switch it without playing it? Probably not, but let's find out.
Okay, Robbie, what you got there?
So, we've got, we found a Heineken bottle on Hayling Beach, and it's got a note in. It's got a note, got that?
Cool.
Yeah, you got that. And so, we just want to find out what's inside, so.
Put it on the floor.
Yeah, just like
Hold
that.
the neck and give it a tap. Just a little one. Keep going.
There we go.
Good.
Now we have a reason to no
I realised I was muted then. So yeah, that was one clip. I can find you another. Let's have a look. I don't know what some of these clips are, but some of them. Okay, this is one of my favourite. I'm proud of how much I've developed as a vocalist. But listen to this and tell me I don't sound badass.
If we can cut through the noise, conflict will be a choice.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this music to come out. Like, even I'd love to tell you the name of what it's going to be, but I've got a few other clips. Some of them are probably going to be messing up. Wow. This is me sounding really heavy. Yeah. I think I've got clips of me messing up as well. Let's just go through a few of these.
Time and time again, the fire burn history made on earth from we love. We must use for time to shine a light.
Yeah.
Now we have a reason to no longer be
I think this is the full clip.
live this way.
It's not. Yeah, this is with Schemata Theory. Yeah, we've had this.
If we can cut through the noise.
I know there was a few.
So it's going to be epic. Oh man, I just miss recording, man. It just feels so good when you nail it. When you absolutely nail it. We got other stuff.
No.
This was just before lockdown. This was February last year.
Goes from
That means a lot, Mojo. Well, Horror Show will be making a comeback. That is for sure.
yeah.
Oh man. Last clip.
You know the demonic talking
That's
at
me.
the beginning.
Always messing around. And this is on my Instagram anyway, but this was me practicing in the studio next door before going to record, but this is sort of me in my more raw form. And the lyrics of this song I'm so proud of. The lyrics are only... Oh, I'm going to have to watch it before I remember it. It's one of those blanks that I've got out of context.
Only fear strengthens outdated tribes. Division is created within and by the mind.
It's only fear strengthens outdated tribes. Division is created within and by the mind. That's it. Anyway, I do have a lot planned with my band with this broadcast gear I've got, so that when we start getting our footing ready for album launch and stuff like that, we'll be doing regular band live shows, which will be really, really exciting as well. So, yeah, dude, Oh man, access to a recording studio is really good fun. It's a real privilege, and I'm really really glad that we get to do it. But yeah, I just can't wait. We've been sat on this music for well over a year now. Some of it actually since 2015, because there are songs that we released in an old EP that we've kind of removed and we've remixed for this relaunch that we're really excited for. But okay, guys, I've overrun by 5 minutes. I need to do a final bit of workout to get my target for today. But I'm thinking of doing some Twitch live streaming. If I can get this gear set up on a laptop and hooked up to my PlayStation, I could do that. But or I could just live stream on Twitch now and play some table tennis VR. Maybe I should do that. How much do I need to burn? Do you know what? I'm going to do this now. So I'm going to end the live stream now. I'm going to thank you all for tuning in. But if you want to, I need to do a bit of working out. There are a couple of VR games that I like to play, one of which is Beat Saber. So if you want to head on over to twitch.tv/Myles Dyer, I will be on there in 5 minutes from closing this down. I rarely use Twitch, but let's just give it a go, yeah? So head on over, follow me on there if you can. Where can you purchase our music? Best place, schematatheory.com. But in terms of when the new music is coming out, I will be very clear in one of these weekly live shows. But it could still be quite a while yet, just because we've got a few ducks to get in a row before we're ready for launch. And that's just been because of the pandemic and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, yeah, actually, I'll do. I was going to do table tennis first, because there's VR table tennis. How much have I got to do? I've got to do 100 calories. What do you want me to live stream on Twitch, guys? Because what's annoying about PlayStation is when I switch a game, it will cut the feed, which is okay because I can just come back on live again. But what do you want? Do you want to see me do Expert Plus on Beat Saber and show you my Beat Saber skills? Or do you want me to play some table tennis in VR against people around the world? Because that's also really fun. Thank you very much, Hannah, and do drop over if you can. Great, it'll be good to see you there. What are we gonna do? I guess I'm gonna choose. I'll start with Beat Saber. Let's do Beat Saber, and then I'll go on to table tennis. So yeah, if you're watching this right now, everybody, head on over to twitch.tv/Myles Dyer. I'm just making sure I've got the right link. Yeah, follow me on there, and I'll be on in 5 minutes. So, love to you all. Have a great week. Be good to yourself. Be kind to others. Love, respect, empathy. And I haven't said this for a while. Adios till next time.